What the hell are you talking about? I'm not getting rid of you. You're my friend, even in death. You can't be serious. No, please, don't make me do this. We can find a cure. We can uncorrupt you. We can... Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Hey, you. Are you? Never mind. Soldier, what are you doing out here? Get inside.
Who are you?
Have we not met? I am advisor of, well, the GDA. Commander John's spoken of you before. He said you helped take down a fearsome enemy known as the Eradicator Mark II.
Okay, well, where is he?
Hey. I have bad news. They're launching a surprise attack on us, those bastards. Get the troops ready, prepare for battle.
You heard them. Go.
This may be their last assault, because for all we know, most of their forces are dead. I suspect he is going to appear, their last attempt at destroying us, I suppose.
How pathetic.
Ah? I see. Well, if he's gonna be here, then let's make sure we send him back where he came from.
Hell.
Whoa. First of all, what he are we talking about here?
Oh, hey cadet. Well, that's the he I told you about. He's the leader of these Calamity Believers.
So, my friend is corrupted because of him?
Well, technically, yeah, so we're gonna have to
Leave him to me.
Do what now? Listen, bud. Just because you took down that beast of a robot doesn't mean you can take on the literal leader of this...
What's his name?
The Wretched. The Wretched Spawn.
All of this is happening because of the Wretched, right?
Indeed. He wants to end our kind, completely eradicate us, but, obviously, we're not gonna let that fucker do that.
He'll see what it's really like to see your friend die in front of you.
Your time ends here.
This time, we're defending the GDA base with 40,000 HP, and of course, we have to repair it. But things are not all the same, because this time, enemies attack from every direction. It's basically defend the center, but a lot harder than Chapter 3. The first enemy you encounter is the Frenzied Villager. Yeah, okay, I'm convinced that there's just a cloning machine somewhere, and they're cloning these guys to make infinite goddamn villagers. How do they never run out? They have 21 HP, move at an average speed, and have varying levels of explosion resistance from 24% to 44%. Next, the Prowler. If there was another chapter, and there was also the Prowler in it, things wouldn't look so great for you, TDX. Don't make me overanalyze the same things over and over, please. Anyway, Prowler prowls because she's a Prowler. She has 350 HP, starts out slow, and becomes very fast. Next up, we have the Zealot. The Zealot is actually a true from the Relic, which I assume this one is corrupted right here. The lore goes crazy. He has 250 HP, moves at an average speed, and has 30% laser resistance. Next is the Executioner. You know, at this point, you know who these guys are, right? Executioner kills towers, has 1,700 550 HP, moves slow, has 50% bullet, 95% melee resistance. Next, the Dread Knight. If anyone even dreads the Dread Knight anymore, I'd be surprised. There are literal battle tanks attacking us. He has 3500 HP, moves fast, has 100% fire, and 85% bullet resistance. Next up, we have the Wraith again. I barely saw any Wraiths, but alright. He has 325 HP, moves at an average speed, and has 50% fire, explosion, laser, and bullet resistance. Next, the Cultist Ambusher. The cultist that can never ambush anyone. He has 800 HP and moves at an average speed. Next is the Air Diabolist. I'm not lying here. This guy has literal aimbot. When he shoots his projectile, if you move the helicopter out of the way, it literally curves to hit the helicopter. And you know, I don't appreciate cheaters around here. He has 750 HP, moves on an average speed, has 50% bullet, and 75% fire resistance. Next, we have the Banshee. The Banshee in this chapter, we'll say, is like a middle-aged woman. She'll scream, get depressed, get frustrated, and then completely destroy your artillery. He has 450 HP, moves on an average speed, has 50% bullet, explosion, and 100% fire resistance. Next is the Wild Seraph. The Wild Seraph should be renamed Ugly Angel because the suggestive clothing she has won't help her anymore anyway. You think the towers care about getting action when they're in an action movie themselves with how intense this chapter is? She has 3500 HP, 2500 shield, has flying, does 1000 damage, and moves fast. Next, the Tarnished Clergyman. Now, this guy really doesn't skip neck day. This guy's neck is so tall, he could reach the top shelf with his head and grab it with his mouth. I have no idea what this guy's HP is, I'll be honest. But he moves at an average speed, has stealth detection, and has a unique ability. It heals enemies around it passively. Next up is the Husk. The Husk is just a husk? There's really nothing special about this guy. He's just a husk, you know, not much going on in his life. He has 10,000 HP and moves at an average speed. Next, the Battlemaster tank. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If this tank is such a master at battling, then why does it die immediately? Actually, I'll give it some credit. The tanks in chapter 4 are quite problematic because there's a gazillion of them. But even then, they still manage to all die. It has 25,000 HP, 2,500 shield, moves slow, shoots towers with each shot dealing 1,000 damage, has 75% bullet, 30% explosion, and 40% laser resistance. Next is the Cursed Devourer. Yep, the Cursed Devourer is back, and the funny thing is, the Cursed Devourer itself gets devoured by our DPS towers in a matter of seconds. So it's hard to even spot this, really. How ironic, being named Cursed Devourer and being immediately devoured by an entire army. He has 5,000 HP, can fly, and moves at an average speed. Next, the Enforcer tank. The Enforcer tank very rarely appears here, but when it does, it really does. This behemoth gives the Battlemasters a run for their money, and us money, because we kill them instantly as well. It has 28,000 HP, 3,000 shield, moves slow, shoots towers for 1,000 damage, and also kamikazes itself to the base for 1,000 damage. Along with having 100% fire and melee, 95% bullet, 30% explosion, and 20% laser resistance. Next, the Ravager. The Dreadnoughts are back! Well, only two of them. I guess Contemptor is just dead forever. Anyway, the Ravager uses a flamethrower to attack towers, but he's so dumb that you can spam base around him in a circle and confuse him. He then starts to look like those cartoon characters that get all confuzzled spinning around and then get stars on their head while shaking their head. He has 175,000 HP, 100,000 shield, moves slow, has stealth detection, stun immunity, 30% collision resistance, and toxic blast resistance. Next up, we have the Striker, the Ravager's twin. This one fires rockets at towers and at the base when it locks onto it. The Striker is a more threatening dreadnought as it has the potential to really eat up your base's HP. He has 170,000 HP, 100,000 shield, moves slow, has stun immunity, 30% collision resistance, and toxic blast resistance. Next, the Wall Pusher. The Wall Pusher pushes walls. Yep, that's all he does. But when his wall breaks, he inhales crack! He has 20,000 HP, 65,000 shield, has stealth detection, starts out slow, and becomes fast when his shield is destroyed. Next up, the Cursed Wendigos. They're back, yippee! Can't wait to have all my towers slaughtered. So fun. He has 36,000 HP, moves fast, does 1,000 damage per claw strike, and has stealth detection. Next, an enemy that is exclusive to Endless, the Grumble. The Grumble carries a massive bomb in his back and instantly kills your base regardless of how much HP it has. I do need to say, this only appears on nightmares, so he has 100,000 HP and moves on an average speed. Next, the Predator, the old classic tower killer and the most stubborn miner lover. He appears along with his other groomer friends, so please kill them all. He has 35,000 HP and moves on an average speed. Next up is the Corrupted Predator. They're back! Don't let them turn your other towers into groomers. He has 24,000 HP and moves on an average speed. and the pack leader. The corrupted apex predator, the strongest of all the groomers. He now has a cross instead of his classic rocket launcher and can also walk on top of towers to kill them instantly. It also has a monstrous looking purple eye and a purple eye where his color used to be. When he uses corrupted congregation, he points forward with his left arm and summons 6 wild seraphs as well as a maze guardian. When he uses blinding faith, he shoots purple lasers out of his eye, corrupting 4 random towers for a long period of time. When he uses crucifix slam, it slams his cross down in an area of effect and stunning while ignoring stun immunity. When he uses missile graveyard, it fires 60 missiles at random towers, with each missile dealing about 1000 damage. When it uses baptism by bullet, it uses his cross and sprays down the GDA base, dealing 1200 DPS indefinitely. When he uses writhing parasites, it sounds out 2 parasites that corrupt towers, though the medic can uncorrupt them if he heals them for 5 seconds. When he uses holy purification, it puts his cross down for a moment and heals 200,000 HP. When it dies, it holds his chest, trying to pluck it out and crush it so that it can explode. But then he realizes it isn't there, saying, huh? And falls to the ground on his fat ass. He's ungodly strong, having 4 million HP, 100,000 shield, 50% fire and freeze, 30% explosion resistance, moving very slow, and also having stun immunity, 30% collision resistance, toxic blast resistance, and stealth detection. Next, we have the Maze Guardian. The Maze Guardian is basically the overseer from the relic that's corrupted. It even has almost the same amount of HP. Tragic. It has 150,000 HP, moves fast, and has 50% fire resistance. Next, we have a very special enemy, the corrupted Golden Juggernauts. Both pass respectively. The Golden Juggernauts are corrupted and now fire at your towers, dealing an insane 2000 DPS. You need to kill these things ASAP or you lose a massive amount of towers in a short time. They have 60,000 HP, move at an average speed, and have 100% laser as well as 50% bullet resistance.
Is that the last of them? Hold on, I'm detecting a very large signal. He's here. This is disastrous. Most of our forces died. Who's even left?
Jesus Christ, is there really no one left?
Yes. Men, I'm afraid there's only one way to stop him.
We need to drop our nuke.
Our nuke? Have you gone mad? That would decimate the base along with all of us. Along with you.
I am aware of that, Commander. But sacrifices must be made so that humanity can survive. The enemy is rapidly approaching. So, there's no time left. It's now or never. Say your prayers, Commander. We may be living our last moments,
But our kind will go on to live centuries more than us.
Next, we have the Wretched, the final boss of Chapter 4, and the final boss of this entire event. He is the strongest boss in all of the chapters and is undoubtedly the coolest. I mean, he has a voice actor. That's how you know he's so goddamn cool. The trailer hyped him up as a badass, and a badass he is here too, despite being mostly basic in terms of mechanics. When he uses dual blaster destruction, he fires his dual blaster cannons at the towers, dealing 2000 DPS in this area of effect. When he uses propulsion, he jumps to another side of the map, being completely invulnerable while doing so. When he uses plasma bombardment, he shoots at the strongest tower, killing it instantly. When he uses Arise or Horde, he summons wild seraphs along with a maze guardian. When he uses anti-air rockets, he fires 6 rockets at aerial towers, with each rocket dealing about 1250 damage. When he uses Fated Hopes, if he's close enough to the base, he starts firing his blasters indefinitely, dealing 1000 DPS. When he uses Shed Skin, the Wretched exits his Legate form, revealing his true form and burrows underground, coming out from another side and continuing its assault. While in this form, he destroys any towers he walks on. He also occasionally goes back underground and appears from the ground somewhere else, just like propulsion. He has a godlike amount of HP, having 5 million on normal and 7 million on nightmare respectively. He moves slow, has 50% fire and freeze, 30% explosion resistance, as well as having full stun immunity, 30% collision resistance, and toxic blast resistance. And a fun fact, he is literally the largest boss in the game, larger than Void and even Apex Predator. Really reflects just how strong he is.
He's here. Now, drop the nuke. Now.
Main base, come in. Sector 07, come in. Hello? No?
Our signal is being blocked by something. What's causing this? This is catastrophic. If we can't nuke him,
Then it's over.
That is quite heartbreaking. I expected more of fight from you mortals, but killing defenseless animals is just as fun as playing with them.
You.
What hope do you have in ever defeating me, tiny human?
You.
What's gotten into you, Fleshman? Are you feeling shame? Perhaps I should put you out of your misery to make your mind at ease. Goodbye. What the hell is that?
My friend. At least, he was once my friend. You made him like this.
Corruption takes all, and it shall take you as well.
I'm done with all of this. It's time to send you back wherever the you came from.
Some sort of god. We are the calamity. We are chaos. We are corruption. We are hellspawn. What hopes do you have in killing what cannot be killed? Erase. You misguided soul. I am your leader, not your enemy. Perhaps you should get rid of him yourself.
You made me kill my friend.
Friend. It was always all ally, and you have died an honorable death trying to end you.
You talk a lot for someone this weak like you.
Weak. Your kind as a whole is weaker than all of us. You stand no chance. You never did. Be gone.
Nah. I win. Oh yeah? Well, you forgot one thing. My friend was never dead.
What are you talking about?
He's a zombie.
What?
Good goddamn job. There's one thing about our kind that you fail to understand, and that is that we don't run away in the face of danger. We walk with it. You lost because you thought we'd be scared of extinction. If anything, you and your forces are going to be extinct now. You also got cocky once you thought my friend had died, which wasn't at all the case. It was all a ploy to think you had the upper hand. Oh, I don't really think so.
What? You madman, you've done it, you've killed the wretched.
I didn't kill it. We did.
I am so very proud of you. In amounts that cannot be described with words, but described with.
See you back in hell. Waves are upon us. Wave 1. Frenzy villagers, prowlers, zealots, air diabolists, and stealth banshees. It's an all-out attack after all. Wave 2. Battlemaster tanks, husks, tarnished clergymen, cursed devourers, dread knights, frenzy villagers, air diabolists, stealth banshees, and prowlers. Do I need to keep counting them all like this? Because I don't find it very necessary. Wave 3. Stealth wraiths, enforcer tanks, vile seraphs, wall pushers, cursed wendigos. Okay, yeah, you get it. There's a lot of goddamn enemies, as well as the dreadnoughts appearing. Wave 4. The groomers attack! Corrupted Apex Predator is a pretty fun boss. Despite having very similar attacks to Apex Predator, he still has his own identity. And him forgetting that he has no core and going, huh, with cinema. So, incredible wave. Wave 5. What can I say? Our kind ends here, but obviously it didn't. The Wretched appears this wave, and he's quite the health sponge, having 5 million HP on normal and 7 million HP on nightmare. He's not the most fun boss, but it's a great climax, despite it having no real finale or end off with a cutscene. But when he enters phase 2, there is a new mechanic, despite it not adding too much, and also has great voice lines. And when you defeat him, he also says many quirky things, like, I can fly. His character and personality overall is solid, though I hope that in future events, we get a bit more closure for the story at the end. Even then, this event is still peak. And the Battle Pass, Cardboard Ranger, ass, Cardboard Shotgunner, quirky but still ass, Scarecrow Tower, immediate S tier, amazing tower, you should get an A. Jokes aside, it's not too good, but still a great bait tower. Candy Grenadier, I mean, it's alright, Grenadier is not too popular of a tower, 2,250 gold, you always love to see money. Halloween Farm, amazing skin, I love both of the past designs. Astronaut Toxinator, a pretty solid skin. Cardboard John, all cardboard skins look like cardboard, both literally and quality wise. 5 airstrikes, can't go wrong with them. Pumpkin Juggernaut is a peak skin, no one can tell me otherwise. Toxic John, if anything, this is just John by default. Haha, I'm just kidding, don't kill me John, it's a good skin. Relic Cryo Blaster, amazing skin for a garbage tower, 3,750 gold, I love money. Mysterious Mine Lair, amazing skin for an outclassed tower, 2 Moabs, how generous. Flame Trooper Tower is amazing, for every mode, for endless, it's just an amazing tower. The ability is also so epic, not sure what this is referencing. It's decent, but Doombringer Slammer will always be the best skin for Slammer. Kanga, a great reference in an emote, it's just good. Plague Doctor Medic, downright amazing skin. Having bosses as skins is just a sick concept in general. Pumpkin XWM Turret, just like Pumpkin Juggernaut, it's peak. Patriot Golden Juggernaut, it's pretty good, if only I had the tower for it though. The relic is like the graveyard from Tower Battles, except the relic has a 100,000 HP unit, which is insane. It sounds fun too, until you realize it costs more than a warship's bottom path upgrade, which you definitely get more value from a railgun warship than this thing. Still though, good tower. Clown Armored Factory, I've personally seen no one use this, probably because it's after relic. Pirate Commander, I guess it's alright, I don't care. 10,000 gold, did I tell you that I love money? 50,000 XP, useless. 3 nukes, now that is useful. And that was the entire Halloween event, all done. This took a life-draining amount of time to make, so arise, oh subscribers. Arise, oh viewers,
As you walk among the living, as you watch this video, unleash the power that's been granted to you. Like the video and share. Let your screams be my serenity. This video ends here. So help me stare into the darkness, 'cause I'll see you fellas next time.